Thank you, Oscar, for inviting me to your show to speak to these young men and women concerning marriage and relationships. Welcome to our TV show once again, Pastor Jude. So, let's begin. Okay? We discovered that a lot of our young men and women go into relationships and marriage for the wrong reasons, only for them to end up with a failed marriage afterwards. So tell us what you think about it. Well, if you ask me, the most critical decision you make in this life is, 1, the person you choose to marry, because that would determine how ugly, beautiful or happy your life would be in the next 50 years. Really? Yes, you might think you are an easygoing person and you don't have problem, but if you marry a manipulative wife or husband, you might become a terrible person, or the villain in the relationship. Manipulative people are so bad that they will gaslight you in private, and then wait for your reaction in public. They will capitalize on your reaction, because this is what everybody else who is in the public will see. You mean they end up making you look bad in front of people, when it was actually them that made you react in that way, because there is no black smoke without fire, no reaction without an action. Exactly.
But there are no perfect person in this world.
You are right. The fact that there are no perfect person does not mean you should tolerate nonsense behavior, because there are some character or bad traits you can never change in your spouse. Don't make the mistake of thinking maybe you can change your partner after marriage. That's a big lie. Wedding is just a ceremony. Commitment starts from dating. Let's move to number 2. Never you fight for love. Why? It is because if you do so, you might never be truly happy in your relationship and in life. No woman is too hard to get, and no man is too busy to give you attention. People always give their full attention to whatever or whoever they truly want. That means, if you are chasing somebody and they are not reciprocating, or not giving you attention, just move away because they are not interested in you. You are not their priority. In fact, they have other people who they are interested in. But we have seen cases where a man pursued a lady he likes for too long and she finally accepted. The problem with those kinds of things is that she might end up accepting you, not because she really wants you, but because she couldn't get that person she was crushing on. You mean, she simply settled for you. Exactly. It's better not to stay where you are tolerated, rather, stay where you are celebrated. If your partner simply settled for you, whenever there is a problem in the marriage, he or she will always feel they are just managing you, and that's a terrible feeling. You will end up feeling empty. Never beg for love. It will never end well. What about those men that think they can buy a lady's love with money? That's ridiculous. Money can never buy genuine love. What money buys you is limited affection, which means that, once the money stops coming, the affection will disappear. And a lot of guys make the mistake of calling some ladies gold diggers after a while, forgetting they were the ones who attracted the lady with the money, even though the lady wasn't interested in them. The marriage or relationship will end up scattered, as the foundation was not based on her genuine love, but on what you could offer her. You see why you should never beg for love. It's very dangerous. He or she will show the attributes of just managing you in the relationship. What about number 3? 3 is bad family. Marrying into a bad family is worse than marrying a bad partner. There are some family that are so bitter, and no matter how good or sweet you think you are, you can never satisfy them as long as you are not from their religion, tribe, race or origin as them. Apart from that, there are some families that have some generational curses that when you marry into the family, you automatically inherit them. What if you are prayerful? No, don't get me wrong. It's not about you being prayerful, or being a prayer warrior or you know God. Trust me, avoiding a battle is better than winning a battle, because when you fight a battle, you lose a part of you and even lose your resources in the process. Okay? So if you can find a way to do a background check for your partner before you arrive them, it will save you a lot of stress, emotional downtime and so on. One of the biggest mistakes anyone can make is to marry into a family with poverty mentality. When you marry into a family that is so good, even when your spouse misbehaves with you or treats you badly, they will caution him or her to treat you well. A lot of people that stay in an abusive relationship or abuse their spouse take after their parents. Some men grew up watching their father beat their mother, so they think it's normal. Exactly. Even women that stay in toxic relationships, you realize that maybe their mom, auntie or sister have been in toxic relationships and they didn't walk away, so they see it as something that is normal. So it's advised to do a thorough background check before marrying anyone. It's not a joke. Pattern is so real, that bad character you think is new in your partner, is not new. Somebody in the family must have done that same thing before. Marrying into a bad family will make your mind restless all the time. Number 4. Money is not the only thing your wife and children needs from you as a man. They need you to be in their life emotionally too. It's the biggest mistake most men do. They are so busy trying to make money, that they forget to make friends with their children. This is the reason most men grew old feeling lonely. They weren't involved in the life of their children. They never took them out. They never had time to listen to them, help them with their homework. It was only their mother who did all these things with them. They are more likely to be attached to her when they get older, because children never forget how you made them feel when they were children. So men should try making their children their friends. Yes, because that's the only thing that matters. Wow! Thank you for coming to our show today. My pleasure.